Hello, this is Diana Papilli with day 24 of 100 Days of Videos. And yesterday I talked about preparing for the holidays. Today I'd like to kind of start a little series about the holidays and preparing for the holidays. I'd like to start about forgiveness. I mean, let's think about this for a second. You may be together with people who are your family and you're not that comfortable with being with them, or you might be angry at some of your family members or what have you. And it may require a little bit of forgiveness on your part. And if that's the case, that's just fine. But I'd like to give you a quote on forgiveness. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this tonight. I'm going to spend the next couple days talking about forgiveness. But for now, I'd like to suggest or share with you a quote. And the quote is, forgiveness is loving someone enough to pursue healing instead of punishment. I read this a while back on a friend's Facebook post, and I loved it so much. I wrote it up on the whiteboard of I have a computer armoire that opens up, and I have a whiteboard on one side and a bulletin board on the other, and I just wrote that right up on my whiteboard, and it's still there. Forgiveness, loving someone enough to pursue healing instead of punishment. So punishment doesn't get us anything. And forgiveness, I'm just going to introduce this notion. Forgiveness is more for ourselves than it is for the other person. And sometimes loving someone enough actually is loving you are the someone. So forgiveness is more for you than it is for the other person. And if you can love yourself enough to work on forgiveness, regardless of what the hurt was, then that's going to help you more than it's going to help anybody else. Now, forgiveness does not mean that you have to condone any bad behavior or that you have to allow any bad behavior. That's not at all what I'm talking about. You can set healthy boundaries. You don't have to put up with nonsense, but holding grudges and continuing to be angry after weeks, months, years, decades, whatever it might be, is just not constructive, and it's more harmful to yourself than anybody else. So that's all I'm going to say about this today. It's Sunday and I'm kind of having a day of relaxation. And so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it today, but in the next day or two, I'm going to talk a little bit more about forgiveness and how this might help you do better during these upcoming holidays when you're with family or with people that you may be forced to be with who are not necessarily your most comfortable people to be with. Have a great evening and talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.